Hi there, it's David Lee for the James Bond Dossier again on Monday the 25th of February 2019, and if you've been waiting for me at the weekend or wondered what happened to me on Saturday and Sunday, it's pretty simple. Saturday morning I was running super late for something and I just didn't have time to spend the 5 minutes it took to record one of these videos. And Sunday, because I just decided to take off because I'd skipped Saturday, simple as that. But so those are the actual first 2 days in 2019 I haven't made any videos. But back to this morning. A few days ago I promised that I'd talk to you about The Living Daylights, which is in Octopussy in The Living Daylights. Quick reminder, when the book was first published it contained just 2 stories, which were Octopussy and The Living Daylights, hence the title of the book. They later added, for the paperback edition, The Property of a Lady, and then much later, like 2002, something like that, which is this edition, they added 007 in New York. So today I wanted to talk about The Living Daylights, which for me is probably the best of Ian Fleming's short stories. I absolutely love it. There's a bit of a bad-tempered Bond in it. He doesn't particularly like the assignment. He doesn't particularly like his contact in West Berlin, but spending a few days peering through the telescopic sights of his sniper's rifle, he falls in love with a cellist on the other side. If that all sounds very familiar, it is, of course, what they took as the basis of The Living Daylights with Timothy Dalton, and so you'll be familiar with it from that. But whereas the elements they took from the book for the film were rather rushed in many respects, the book takes place over, I think, 3 days, something like that, because they're waiting for a defector to cross from East Berlin to West Berlin. Bond is in an apartment building overlooking the Berlin Wall, and or maybe it's actually before the Berlin Wall, if I think about it. And there's no man's land which the defector has to go through. There's no wall in the way, so he's waiting on the other side of no man's land, waiting to spot the defector, and they know that there's been a tip-off, so the Russians are going to try and kill the defector. Yeah, typical Cold War stuff, you know. So Bond is just every night. I think there are 3 different nights when the defector is possibly going to come over, and there's like an hour or 2 hour window when he's going to do it. But first night, nothing. Bond spots cellist. Second night, nothing. Bond fantasises more about cellist. And then on the 3rd night, the defector actually comes over, and so I won't spoil the story for you, but there's more cellist. But if you've seen the film, you'll probably know what I'm talking about anyway. And it's just a great book. There's a lot of it's a great book. It's a great story. There's a lot of what's going through Bond's mind, and the boredom while he's just trying to kill time between going from day to day, and he doesn't want to kill somebody. It's a whole mix of things, and he's really on the verge of quitting the service as well. He's had enough of the life that he's leading. So that's The Living Daylights. And a few years ago, many years ago now, 15 years ago, say, I was talking to a friend from here from Barcelona, and his dad had always told him to read the Bond books, but he had them in French. I think I mentioned this the other day, but my friend Mark wanted to read them in English, so although his English isn't perfect, and so he was a bit worried, but so I gave him a copy of Octopussy in the Living Daylights, and I said, just read this book, and it blew him away. So if you want to start reading the James Bond books, then and you're worried about reading a whole novel because you've got out of the habit of reading novels, then start with the Living Daylights. It's I don't know, maybe it's 30 pages, something like that, and it's a really, really good read. So that's it. Okay, so that's the Living Daylights. I will be back tomorrow with 007 in New York. If you want to see the rest of the videos that I've done, jamesbonddossier.com/watch. If you just want to listen to what I have to say, it's /listen. You can find me on Twitter, it's 007 Dossier. Same on Instagram, I'm also on Facebook, and there's the website, of course. Okay, I will see you tomorrow if I'm not running late. Okay, see you then.